My day begins at 3:45. If I'm later than that, well, I'll have to push, on the old round for to make time for my customers. Well, I've been a milkman now roughly 58 years. Well, in our boats. And people don't realise how difficult it is to get there at times on the job.
Billy Coleman is about to retire after 58 years as a milkman. He started as a schoolboy at the age of 8, assisting the former owner of Ballinahina Dairies, based at Dublin Pike on the north side of Cork. Now owned by Kerry Co-op, Billy is regarded as the dairy's top roundsman, the chap who trains the new recruits. It's a 6-day week, but used to be 7, with 2 deliveries a day. And even on his wedding night, his boss expected the milk round to be done, all for 26 shillings a week.
So we had a good hoolie up to about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, so we decided to come back down. We had a room got down in Gelgriffin Street, house is still below. So that was all right anyway, so the wife got into bed, so Willie left off to the old wardrobe and got on the pyjamas, of course, and I kind of did dive into the bed, but Jesus, unfortunately, the thing collapsed, sure enough. So there we were, myself and Mary, the legs were up in the air, our heads down, so I says to her, look, we'll have to do this for the rest of the morning. So I was rather tired, of course, after the big night, so next thing I heard all the commotion on the door. There was the boss outside. Come on, Willie, he says, we're late for work. He says, it's gone 6:30. So Jesus jumps out of bed, on with the clothes, off delivering. So there, I say it was, you never see a honeymoon like it. I say only about 4.5 hours honeymoon I had, really.
As well as doing the round, Billy also has to act as salesman. The more crates he can carry from the dairy and the more pints he can sell, the better. So on his round, he's always on the lookout for more customers, which was embarrassing on occasions.
Well, it is because, well, as the fellow says, it goes to prove lately, I'm going into new housing state below now, top of Dublin Hill, and, well, there's no lights or nothing there yet, like, well, we had one customer there. So next thing you might see a bit of commotion next door, or you might see a blind hanging up, but you might see, well, I usually lift up the letterbox, which I did unfortunately one morning. There was people inside at their breakfast and they must have said, what the blazes is happening here, But if there wasn't, I usually leave a bit of a calling card, like, and put 2 points there and say, call back later, ma'am, thank you. So when you go back, I'm glad you called, she says, because we had no milkman. So, you'll pick them up like that every now and then.
In his 58 years, Billy has seen all the changes, from the unpasteurised milk in cans to the glass and then plastic bottles and the milk cartons, now made within the dairy. And of course, there's been the change from the horse and float to the lorry. But the horse had a lot of advantages, particularly when the milkman was cheered up by the customers at Christmas time.
So myself and Bill off at the old round, Christmas Eve we say, not any particular, well, all the Christmas Eves was the same. Well, we had our horse. So unfortunately, as I said before to you, down in Patterson, we had every blessed pub there. So it was a drop of whiskey here and a pint here, another drop of, well, we used to mix it, of course, but we relied on the old horse to bring us over, and he'd bring us all the ways over, and we wouldn't have a clue of whether we came through Blackpool or not.
Something that the lorry can't do for you.
Oh, well, the lorry brought me over on Christmas Eve too, and the bus was in an office there, because I remember coming out of Gran, a house in Gran, with a bottle list out of my hand, and she says, you better be careful now, will you going home by, she says, and the truck we had at the time, there was no such thing as brakes, like, and when they were bad. So I finally got to Ballinahina, but I do remember collapsing over the wheel.
And as well as getting home safely with the lorry on that occasion, Billy has come safely to the end of his career. So what does he plan for his retirement?
Well, I plan on staying in bed until about 9 anyway, I hope. Otherwise, if I stay in bed after 9 o'clock, the day is gone.